Hello and welcome to Anno 1800, one of my favorite city builders of all time. Here we are, back again in our what is now a fair city of Brettcaster. A little bit of a recap on what we've achieved so far in the series. As you can see, we have plenty of wheat fields. These are used in both our bakeries, our beer, and our silos. You can see these here doubling the productivity of our sheep farms as well as a few of our pig farms. We also have advanced to the Artisan tier, sent an expedition to the New World, and have established quite a bit of construction materials, steel, bricks, and windows. Now, main objectives today are to establish our islands in the New World and start the production of both rum as well as the cloth that will be used for our fur coats. Now, additionally, I was noticing we do not have the fertility of furs in either of our two islands in the New World, so expanding to this unsettled island to the south is going to be necessary. So, what we'll do first is load up on a couple construction materials to do exactly that. Take some timber down there. And then, in the meantime, head off to the New World to claim our very first island. Now here you can see this is a lovely positioned island. It is nicely aligned on this side of the map here, which is where we will exit the region. So we won't have to go through a lot of treacherous pirate lands. Looking down here at the fertilities, nice to have coffee, but we're missing corn here. Corn will be very important to providing, I guess, burritos to our later stage residents. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. I think we'll probably claim at least two islands. This one to the north, I believe, will be reserved for us for the most part. But this one, I think, is going to be superior to this because this does not have sugarcane. We'll need that for rum. So we'll wait for our clipper to round the corner here. Or, you know what, we can just establish our port right there. Drop off these goods in our new trading post and get to work establishing our first residence. Now, what we can do here, take these roads out wide. Oh, our rivals are getting jealous. Dump these resources there. Archer likes it. This is positive. Let's take a quick look at our current diplomacy at 100 with Benty. We'll flatter Willie. He's a little upset with us. Flatter Archer as well. Wow, that was very effective. Unlikely that we get trade rights. At peace with Jean. Things are going pretty well. Well, that's okay with Anhar, though. We're at war. All right. Keep both these ships here for now, hoping to bring some trade back to the old world. If we do this, get a few homes down, just in a row like so. And then the marketplace. Get this right about here. Maybe a double wide road. Try that out. I got some spare timber, so we can load up here on residence. Totally new production chains, residence, everything here in the New World. We have the Hornaleros. And before we get too carried away, I want to make sure we get some timber production up and running. Do this. Connect the road. Do this as well. Perfect. 2 should be good enough for now. And with the remaining timber, go ahead and put down some more. I'm going to do something a bit unique here. Or, sure, let's do this. This gives us a wide gap. However, I think that'll look pretty good. Do one more of those. Alright, that took a lot of timber. So now with those, we have our first residents moving in due to the market need being satisfied. But now they need some more things. First, they need the fried plantains. Right, this will require some banana or plantain, as well as the fish oil factory. So we'll go ahead and put the fried plantains production building right there. And let's see, could we do something like this? Close by, so we don't need a new warehouse. 128 fields. Quite a few. Alright, we'll get that down. And construct it. Oh, need a little bit extra. The timber here. It's a long way to haul that home. Let's see. Maybe we could do another one of these. Right here, at least for now. Potentially temporary because we want to maintain our population center space. But seems to be working pretty well so far. Also do a little bit of a trick here. We'll import some timber. Help us along. Got plenty of bricks to get us started. Looks good. Get those plantains up and running. Now, also want to do a little bit of future planning here. Get a second one of these blueprinted. Same thing with this. Do that and that. Get another fish oil factory. So interesting that it's a factory rather than a fishing hut, something like that, that just so happens to produce it. But you can see there's some storage. It's a little factory building. We can even peek on the inside there. This game definitely looks real good. Some spare bricks, it looks like. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Enough of a detour there. Next thing we'll unlock is ponchos. And that will require some additional residents. So what we can do here, map out a few more residents, upgrade them, and before we forget, it's going to be pretty useful having a fire station. We'll get that with the unlock of a town. And if you're enjoying the series, you've been introduced to Anno 1800, you're a fan of the previous series in Anno 117, or maybe you're an existing fan of the game, a player yourself, please let me know in the comments. Love to say hi to you. I respond to each and every one. It's been fantastic meeting you all so far, and on a relatively new channel, fun to see who we're reaching out there. Love seeing these super tall trees. Very unlike what the new world, or the old world I should say, looks like. Wow, dense forest there. All right. Well, let's continue to cut our way through. We'll have some symmetry here, at least in the center districts of the New World. Getting a good excess in our population. And then we'll need some ponchos. So how about cut through here like so. Map out where our boundaries are. We'll do that. And maybe something like this so we can squeeze in fields perfectly. Oh, do we have to? Let's try to avoid war for now as we get started. But wow, the income is going very well. We successfully have 2 islands that are a positive balance. A 3rd island now. It just ticked over positive in the New World here. So let's go ahead, build this, build that, and give it its own small warehouse. Then, you know me, like getting ahead of things. Let's try to nicely fit in an additional production chain of the alpaca farm and poncho. Could be a little bit nicer, but hey, it's all right. Let's do this. Perfect. All right, and another fire station, maybe unnecessary for now. Very unhappy, eh? A photography quest. We can do that. You want a picture of the clipper? Easy. Look at that. Beautiful. And we got a rancher here. Quite nice. So that's something we could use in the old world, maybe. All animal farms decreased the maintenance cost by 80%. Get a little extra beef. It's okay. Decent. All right. Very, very unhappy. Don't you worry. Let's get that rum started then. So what we could do is an oil spring here. Think about what we might want to do with the rest of this island. It's quite vast. So kind of plan this out to be rest of the city. We got a bit of cash here, recovering after that $60,000 extortion payment from the pirate here. All right, we'll do this. Wow, a lot of clay within our city area. Let's see. Let's take this. Another oil spring collection here. You can see these fields. We're going to need a lot of rum, so I just don't want to overcommit to an area and then it doesn't really satisfy the needs. So we'll take this all the way there, and let's just do kind of a circular design. We'll need lots of lumberjacks. This ratio, 15 seconds to 30 seconds, so we'll be able to supply 2 of the rum distilleries. So if we do one of these here, connect this up to the road, like so. Let's see. Could I do a couple more of these planned out without making it too far away? Let's do that. All right. Very good. Build that one. Then we can start the rum distilleries. Place 3 of these here. 3 here. Warehouse in the middle with a fire station. Let's do that. And then the ratio here is going to be 1 to 1. Ooh, a new newspaper. Well, deteriorated isn't really fair. We're not at war. We just got extorted here. So chance of riot increased by 25%. We'll take the loss as we plan out this sugar cane. So firstly, do one here, one there, one on this side. See how I like to organize things, and of one feeding into the next. Trying to overuse anything. Paint these roads in. Maybe a road gap here. Just thinking about really fire safety primarily. Maybe it's not necessary to put a road in between these. Kind of looks better without. Alright, but we'll then focus on this side. Perfect, 128. Let's do another one here. 23. Do this one. Perfect. Alright, this is looking quite nice. Let's build 2 of these. Add enough of the old timber. Alright, how about a chapel? That will probably make people a little bit happier. Do so right there. See if we speed things up a little bit. Alright, now they're at least... Okay, wow, that made a big difference. Providing 1 happiness need, plus 14 happiness. Okay, don't overlook that in the future. Plus 208. Okay, this is good. Let's see what our current demand back in the home island is for rum. Okay, 2. Not too extreme. And how about here? Just a little bit less than 1 ton, realistically. So, we'll be okay with this for now. Because we don't have any... So, essentially, we want to wait, set this up. First New World trade route. Select our 1 island here. Load up on the old rum. And I want to wait for the goods. Now, this will take quite a bit. Essentially, let's pause this consumption, and we'll set a minimum stock of 10 so that the locals can enjoy a bit of rum as we get it. And I think we can go ahead and increase the production just a little bit, only if I can put a depot down. Okay, we do have the bricks to do this. So we put this over here in the corner best we can. That looks good. 10 bricks. Doable. Okay. So that will allow us to kind of stockpile a little bit more rum, which gives me the ability to build 2 more of these. So we'll do just that. Put in these fields. It's okay. Can fill it in with this one. 99. $128. Very good. Okay. That should be all connected. Let's make sure we're balanced out. Wood looks good. Everything else looking good. How about our consumer goods? All right. Very nice. Very nice. Now we'll get this going here. Return to the old world to see about claiming this island here. All right. 20 influence. Let's do it. Perfect. Now this we'll once that first rum delivery is on its way back here, we'll start the production of cloth, I hope. I think I might need to upgrade some additional artisans, though. So let's see. In the meantime, could we build some ships? Let's do a ship of the line, a frigate for now. Wow, that took a lot of timber. Wow, these are big ships. So this island got a lot of nice building space here. Thinking about kind of the fur traders being placed out in this direction. Yeah, so we're gonna need a few more artisans. But before we get our flagship back home, at least homebound, let's put down some residents here. Just use some of that timber and start off strong this island. Do this. Wrap it with a road. And put down our first market here. Yeah, like that. Looks good. Built quite nicely. Ditch the rest of the timber. Head on home. And with that, let's try to upgrade some more residents here. It looks like we have a festival going. Fantastic. Can spare some farmers being upgraded to workers. And how about this block? Oh, not quite. Not quite possible. Interesting. Schnapps being a bit low. Okay. Even with our lovely trade union here boosting. Let's see. Pickup quest. Sure, we could do that for Willie. Doesn't look too dangerous. Assume we'll bring it back there, so queue those things up. Ah, that is a great reason for Schnapps being a bit low. Wow, I was not aware of a explosion at one of our factories. Alright, that should bring us back up full efficiency. It's going to make it difficult to upgrade these residents right away. That's alright. Let's see. Well, in the meantime, let's get these basic needs met over here. And, you know what? With the new construction of this island, let's switch over to building sort of by type rather by population tier. Just be a little bit getting used to, but it's a little more aesthetic. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll need some work clothes. Let's see where these may be. Supplies. Work clothes. Look good. Let's actually, before we get too ahead of ourselves, set up some timber. About right about there. And maybe just one is okay for now. Do a warehouse out here, but let's squeeze the framework knitter over in the corner. Let's see. Something like that. Very good. Don't know if I love that. Alright, there we go. Looks okay. Flagship, picking up the flotsam. Quest book. Yep, bring it on back home. Alright. Once this schnapps supply gets back up, be able to make those upgrades to start the fur traders for the fur coat supply. How's this going? All right, almost ready for our first production. Our first supply of rum. Ooh, 100,000 coins. See, once we get to the new world and we have our artisans chugging along, things start to take on pretty quick. Now, here this is going to be a 2-to-1 ratio of cotton plantation to the cotton mill. Now, we could do a few more rum distilleries in this direction. Probably going to need another warehouse here, too. How about do this? Like so. Just see how this fits. I'm going to plan it out a little bit. Make sure this doesn't get overlooked. We will be sacrificing this coastal area. Won't be using that, so we can block it off from a road access. Let's see about this. Kind of have a different production hub centered over here. So orienting our fields in that direction. Let's do that. Don't really like how that 4-way intersection looks. We'll do this. Blueprint a warehouse. Do our second cotton plantation. This nearby. Do a little bit of spoke action. This one here. Get another mill. Let's do that. Connection point there. All right, let's see how the spacing works with that rough layout. All right, 144 fields. Not too bad. Let's do a few more here. Always like surrounding the production buildings with fields whenever possible. Let's see. A little close. Oh, not that. Just need to actually connect. All right, that's the maximum there. Right. Looks like could be a little more efficient with these corner slots. So let's do that, like so. Let's see if we can fill this in. All right, pretty decent. I'd say that's quite efficient. So we will, well, we're losing a bit of cash now. Should be okay. All right, we'll set that up. Make sure these fields are built. Lovely. Ready to hand in that quest. Increasing our reputation. Very good. And this trade ship, let's go ahead, set it up as well. We can wait a little bit, actually. One of the things I like doing is checking in on where the ship is. There it is. Very nice. Traveling across the pond from the new world back to the old world. Let's take a look here to see if we can upgrade some of these workers. Artisans, unlock that fur coat. All right. Got some more upgrades there. But that should get us to the fur coat. Ooh, and that'll bring in a lot of extra cash. Also going to be time for the sewing machines. This is something that I think I could do quite quickly. We have the spare steel. Just need some more wood. So what we could do here, place this with the other artisan buildings. Yeah, I don't really see why that's a bad idea. Let's see what we could fit in this slot. Maybe another fire station. Be a decent idea. Oh. Like so. Yeah. I think that could be a good idea. That also is a pretty good slot. Oh, here we go. I already have a fire station blueprinted. Let's do that. All right, massive excess in artisan workforce. Could that mean we actually need additional sewing machines? No. And canned goods are still fine. Sausages need a little extra love with those upgrades. Everything else decreasing. Those tier 1 goods lowering, which is always nice. A little bit of a relief. All right. Well, since we're going to need some more timber, it's time to move this. And we're going to do so a little easy, a little cheat code. Just like so. Let's do that. All right. Do that. Move the warehouse a little bit closer. It's in the middle. Check the productivity here. Looks like range all looks good. It's coming up to 100%. All right, nice. We'll play this, and then, in terms of materials, let's put down 2 more. These. Like so. That should have us all balanced out. Ooh, even more so. Maybe didn't need to do all that. Pause one of those for now. Perfect. Right. Now, comes to additional farmers. Be ready for that. Put in a little block here. Balance things out. Looks nice. And it looks like it might be missing a pub. So let's see about city services. Yeah, let's get another pub out in this direction. And this festival is increasing happiness by a lot and bringing in some more cash. So that's getting us over that 6-figure mark. Coin. Oh, wrong island. All right. Now, ooh, we got a ship here. And our ship of the line, the Walrus. Lovely. Yeah, you should be impressed, Willie. Things are going our way. Now, I might go ahead and while we have the workforce and the timber, get another clipper going. It's a pretty low influence investment of 1. And the ship of the line here, what's that investment? 4 influence points. So we got some room. But over here, oh, people are very unhappy. Let's go ahead and get you a pub as well. You're welcome. And then in terms of supplies, we can start the hunting cabin layouts here. Now, in memory, if memory serves me, we can overlap these quite a bit. So we'll see how this goes. Connect these roads up. Bring that on back to the quaint village. Let's do something maybe like so. Hunting cabin. Ratio 2-to-1 on that front. We'll use this frigate as an escort for probably another schooner, bringing those furs back to the home island. Everything seems to be going pretty well there. Let's take a look at where that first rum. Ooh, it's already dropped off. Okay, let's see. making a good amount of cash here, almost 4,000. We got some maintenance issues. Let's see if we can boost this even further with the Variety Theater. It's 10,000 coin. Not a problem for us. I think this is a nice little corner for it. Move these homes out this direction. Put down that Variety Theater right about there. Let's see. Connect those. The back. Don't want to forget about these. Let's build it. Very nice. Lovely. All right, Variety Theater is here. It's always nice when the progress feels rather seamless, I think. Let's see if we can upgrade these roads with the spare brick we got. At least around the workers. Get another block there. Alright, that looks nice. Now this brought us some coin, but more importantly, happiness. We want our people to be happy. Let's take a look at where our needs are settling in. Positive there. Sausages. Kind of overlooked that one. Let's go ahead and do that. Or we left this space for something. Something that will need our attention. It's possible we could do more sewing machines in this area. Just thinking a little bit. Got our Variety Theater. Got our sewing machines going. How about fur coats? I think these could be in this area. Let's do that there. That fits rather nicely. Close to the small warehouse. Probably need another one of these. Blueprint that in, just in case. Another sewing machine factory is going to make sense in the near future. And let's get that cotton trade route going, since it should be ready to go in terms of quantity. Oh, 24. We'll bring that back. No need to put a weight order on it. Let's see here. Ooh, the rum is definitely storing up in the depots. So what we'll do, we'll let the locals have some, since we're massively overproducing. 8 tons a minute. Back in the only consuming 3 tons a minute. So there is a little bit of a transport time, but I'm not incredibly worried about it. So let's go ahead, add in a few more tons here. Don't need to wait for it. Should be plenty. And with that, as long as these are functioning at 100%, ratio here, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. I think that should be okay for now. Let's get back to the old world. All right. We're waiting for this schooner to set up the fur trade from our now 3rd island here. This looks to be working. Furs locked and loaded. 2nd island here. Positive balance. Love that. All right. Now, the question you may be asking is, are we finally going to increase those sausages? Well, in the back of my mind, I'm kind of thinking, what do we want to do with wheat? Because some of my pig farms do not have silos. This one does, this one does, this one does not. And this planned one does. Okay. So it looks like I could add this here. We would be in an okay spot. So if I do that, then put down another slaughterhouse, like so. Looks pretty good. We're going to need some more grain. The question is where? Eventually I want to make sure that we have a nice city skyline over in this direction. And this will be, decreased over time. Let's think. Guess we could put grain on this island. You know what? I'm going to do that. Start trading that as well. So, what I can do a few more residents. There's our schooner. Do a fun little block like that. Add another trade route. Wow, we are trading now. Like no tomorrow. Bring those furs back. Accept that. Take the Delphus frigate. Escort. Then maybe one more ship of the line. Just so we have 2 of them. And this skipjack, what I want to do here is take this to the New World with some more construction materials. So let's do some windows, some iron, and yeah, let's take some bricks. And could we take beer? Let's do that, yeah. Eventually I may let these people enjoy the occasional beer or sewing machine. That's possible. Alright, I like this idea of putting wheat off the main island. So we'll do that. Clicking around. Now population here. Thinking where be a good farming area. Maybe in this little nook. Let's do that if we can. Connect the road up. Squeeze in as many of these as we can. Right. That should be quite efficient. Keep these roads as tight to the main arteries as possible. Then, how should we do this? Maybe we work inwards or outwards. Paint in these fields as we do. Yeah, when I'm able to do farming kind of along a natural barrier like this, I feel like it's more space efficient. Maybe isn't perfect beauty building, but we'll get there in time. I like to kind of get the basics down, and then once we have everything unlocked, we can start making those more creative choices. Hopefully that's okay. I think from a viewing perspective, maybe you don't get my full play style right away, which maybe that's something I can work on for you. But in general, this is how I tend to play. All right, well that looks pretty good. That balanced out quite well. Let's do 3 to start. Take a look here. Furs. Go ahead and add it right away. It's really going to tell us there's a major issue with this trade route because there's no grain available, but that's okay. And the first cloth came in from the New World. Cotton fabric. So what that means is we could maybe start this fur dealer. Let's do it. Should have some furs in. Wow. This is very efficient. I'm impressing myself, to be honest. This is looking quite nice. Balanced workforce here. We got our theater. Let's see, what sort of quest are you interested in? A puzzle quest from the Artisan. Find a pastry chef. Okay, let's see. Right there. Patisserie Patrice. Affects the bakery. Interesting. Let's see. A new newspaper. Quite positive, quite positive. Counteracts the unhappiness with, I don't know what could be making this city so ugly. Maybe the additional factories. I think the white smoke from these chimneys looks very nice. Sewing machine factory. Lovely if you ask me. Now let's see about sausage are looking good. Pigs overproducing. Beer overproducing. Soap getting close. Bread is getting to a place we might need to do something about it. I know our second island across the pond here is going to start needing some bread as well. These people. I would also like some schnapps. We could do that. We have the potato fertility. Not opposed to doing that. Is this a high priority on the second island? I want to be mindful. Let's say it is. Do this. Do the old fire station. City services. Boom. Very nice. And then we'll do a couple of the old potato farms. Like so. $72, not so bad. Perfect fit. Let's take this towards the mountainside. This potato farm, maybe something like that. Very nice. All right. Do this, do a little preventative fire station, and we'll need a second one right away. Yeah, I'm happy we did this. I was questioning the priority, but I stand by it now. This worker island will definitely start on a good note. Wow, that frigate, those sails, gorgeous. Very nice. Right, another ship of the line. Perfect. Our military strength. Yeah, Anne's already impressed. Let's see if we can... Oh, you don't like flattery? Come on, we got lots of cash right now. Maybe I could... Ooh, how about a ceasefire? 20,000 coin? Easy. No problem. Arter, flatter you. How about we get some peace with Willie? Perfect. Can't forget about Benty. Keep her happy, even though we're in an alliance. Oh, but I wanted to look at where our military compared. Alright, we got double the military strength as Benty. More than double with Willie. Ooh, Arthur's looking pretty strong here. And Harlow. We're close to being able to go toe-to-toe with her. Let's see how Arthur's got decent defense. His islands look pretty good. Maybe boring, but he's advancing quite well. Let's see. Before I get too far ahead, let's see if we've unlocked the hospital with artisans. We have. let's do this so we don't, I guess, forget about it. Move this block with the road out here. Squeeze this in. Oh, I guess I didn't need to move the road. My mistake. Build the hospital, the main island. It's because once you unlock those next public services, whether it's the fire station or the police station or the hospital, really makes it possible for those city events to happen. All right, looks like range is a bit of a challenge here. Let's see. That paving, extend that all the way out. It's definitely far. All right. Balance looking strong. Fur coat supplied. Rum supplied. Wonder how stable we'll be able to be. Maybe we just got another order. Let's see if it's currently in transit. Cotton is. Looks like the rum is returning for another pickup. Yeah, 190. Wow. I'd say that's going pretty good. I think we can stretch things a little bit here. Make some big investments into our infrastructure. I think taking bread off this island will eventually be quite good. But let's do another soap. Mostly to get this unblueprinted. Takes a bit of workforce for sure, but I think worthwhile. Pave these roads. Maybe get around the warehouse there. Looks nice. And double check where our grain is. Okay. It's pretty good. With those extra silos, just wanted to make sure. So we're going okay. Actually. Let's continue to sell, but let's increase the minimum. Next goal is really going to be upgrading to engineers. So we'll be increasing our population very soon, but overall, I think massive success. We established our navy even more with an additional frigate for this trade route. We claimed this island to start bringing in furs and wheat or grain. Ooh, hold up. Hold up. Classic Henry. All right, how about that? It should have counted those grain farm. Looks like it did not. So, we're doing okay. But overall, another successful episode in Anno 1800. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.